What the stars predict for us. Horoscope for November 2023. With small drops of rain on the windows, golden leaves on the dark asphalt and grey clouds, November is coming to us. This month often brings gloomy moods. However, November 2023 will be much more interesting and positive compared to the previous month. Bonnie Horoscope is with you. Daily and unique predictions. We begin. Until November 7th, stationary Saturn is preparing to move into direct motion. The first week of the month is ideal for serious internal work and the development of willpower. Defining life goals. Since the energies of the planet are concentrated, maximally in tune with the natural desire of people to find a stable position in society and profession, says astrologer Marina Scardi. Marina Sokolova. On November 2nd, a strong, successful collective configuration of half carriage, or oblique sail, is formed in the sky from the benevolent planets, retro Jupiter, the Moon and the Sun. Stationary Saturn coming out of retrograde helps direct the energy of this configuration in the right direction. By putting in some effort and involving other people in your goals or in the process of change, you can create the necessary conditions and find the energy for effective social action. November 3rd is a difficult day, associated with choice. The desire to have more than is actually possible. The opposition between the Sun and retro Jupiter still holds, and a new opposition between Venus and retro Neptune is forming. It is difficult to understand what you really want and how to get it without harming others. The opposition of the Moon and Pluto increases emotionality, lack of restraint, and instability. So you need to take care of yourself and your loved ones. On November 4th, Mercury in opposition to retro Uranus promotes the generation of various kinds of ideas. The main thing is that they fit into the realities of the modern world. Uncertainty and anxiety arise, and conflict increases. First we think, then we talk. On November 6th, Venus in harmonious aspect with Pluto favors the resolution of controversial issues in partnerships. An understanding comes of what is really happening, how and where to move next. The energies of the day contribute to improving your financial situation and obtaining long-awaited profits. On November 7th, Saturn entered the direct phase. Social processes are actively accelerating. It is easier to interact with representatives of official structures. Mercury and retro Neptune are in harmonious aspect, which helps to find solutions to complex issues and find a way out of the most confusing situations. The first half of the day is especially effective. On November 8th at 11:31 Kyiv time, Venus enters the sign of its domain, Libra. The transit will help you find as much balance as possible under the current circumstances. A harmonious aspect of Pluto, Mercury is being formed. Exact. Early in the morning of November 9th. These 2 days set the main trends until early December. And public sentiment and economic expectations influence political behavior, both internal and external. On November 10th at 8:25 Kyiv time, Mercury enters the sign of Sagittarius and a tense aspect with Saturn is immediately formed, which brings problems in communication and conflicts associated with restrictions, discipline and voluntary restrictions. Difficulties arise with free self-expression. Obstacles arise where they should not exist. On November 11th, the opposition Mars is retro Uranus. Its influence extends to the next day. Aspect of aggressive actions, breaks and separations. Conflict increases. Risks are attracted. People tend to sort things out using physical force. The intensity of passions, imbalance. Explosive reactions to what is happening makes it impossible to work in teams. On November 12th, the light karmic point, the white moon, enters the sign of Taurus at 9:45 for 7 months. The white moon represents faith, gentleness, kindness, luck, happiness. In every person's horoscope there is both a bright karmic point and a negative one, the black moon. And it will not be superfluous to know in which zodiac sign they are located. The white moon in Taurus orients people towards strength and constancy, the desire to earn money, accumulate resources, and maintain their physical and mental health. The white moon in Taurus helps to find peace and harmony, and in every possible way contributes to effective work with real forms. November 13th at 11:27 Kyiv time, new moon in Scorpio in conjunction with Mars and opposition to retro Uranus. Transformational new moon. The degree of tension in the world around us is quite high. At the same time, there is an element of surprise in the development of events. The sudden end of the most striking conflict situations, an emergency situation on the roads, and the risk of injury are added. On this day, you need to take safety precautions seriously and avoid being in a crowd. Many people find themselves in a state of burnout at work. There is a need to reset and start over from scratch. On November 14th, Mercury and Venus in a harmonious aspect helps smooth out the sharp moments of yesterday, helps improve partnerships, and find compromise solutions. November 17th, the Sun and Mars are in harmonious aspects with retro Neptune. The day is full of deep energies and mysticism, mostly of a positive nature. Great prospects can open up for every person if creativity is used correctly. It is favorable to close all issues that were relevant in the previous 2 years. Life energy is activated. You can get rid of the holes through which your finances leak. November 18th is the conjunction of Mars with the Sun. From this day a new cycle of Mars begins. The energies of the aspect are felt from November 17th to November 20th. The time is right to determine the purpose and field of activity that will bring pleasure and high income. All answers are contained in the natal chart, which can be obtained during a consultation with an astrologer. The period is favorable for correcting your financial karma, which will open up sources of receiving money. On November 20th, the harmonious aspect of the Sun and Pluto promotes constructive transformations and enhances the favorable trends of the previous 3 days. On November 21st, the harmonious aspect Mars-Pluto is formed. Exact. Early in the morning of November 22nd. Active 2 days when the universe gives us a chance to both sort out important matters and do what we really like. A great chance to eliminate problems and improve your health. On November 22nd at 16:03 the Sun enters the sign of Sagittarius and turns on positive energies for the coming month. Those who have developed intuition and outlook will be able to see in any crisis not only problems, but also new opportunities. On November 23rd, a tense aspect of the Sun and Saturn requires a serious attitude towards law and order. A day of deep awareness. You must maintain subordination and be prepared for obstacles and temporary setbacks. During the period from November 23rd to 25, you can change your destiny depending on the actions taken, i.e. go either for the best or for the worst scenario. On November 24th, Mars enters the sign of Sagittarius at 12:15. And on November 25th it forms a tense aspect with Saturn. These 2 days promise to be difficult. Try to do everything efficiently and in order. Keep your feelings under control and do not rush to express the emotions that are raging inside. November 27th, Mercury is in tension with retro Neptune. Also on this day at 11:16 Kyiv time, the full moon in Gemini is in opposition to Mars. Be careful what you feel. Duran say. On November 29th, Venus conjunct the descending lunar node, attracting something positive from the past into life. The last days of the month can be called harmonious. The cosmos is supportive, but it hints that it's time to slow down. Look back and once again analyze your words and actions. Read also. With small drops of rain on the windows, golden leaves on the dark asphalt and gray clouds. November is coming to us. This month often brings gloomy moods. However, November 2023 will be much more interesting and positive compared to the previous month. That's all for us. Subscribe and don't miss our daily and unique releases from Bonnie Horoscope. See you soon.